part of the Nissan family, and the GT-R, of course, is the legend. So very happy to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. We're very happy to have you here. We're going to have a chat to you in just a little bit. And we will give you a chance to have a photo with John, or rather take photos of John. In the meantime, you can take a seat. Thank you so much. Just give him a big round of applause. The Nissan GT-R has had an inspirational and aspirational impact on
performance for great levels of customer experience, excitement, ride and handling has been improvements. We add horsepower and torque, bring the GT-R out of the now 5 HP. Zabardast Aina. GT-R now offers the most standard horsepower among its, which is like a super craftsman. As a sign on quality, their names are on each engine. From the beginning, GT-R has pushed the envelope by combining the class and refinement of the grand touring with the power and excitement of racing cars. This is our pursuit of the ultimate driving pleasure. Today, GT-R continues to stand for the Nissan philosophy, and this evolution will never stop. Dhanyawad. Thank you.
about the legend. Let's welcome them back on stage, please.
Okay, I'm very impressed by your level of Hindi. I'm actually quite jealous already after a few days. A good job. Tell me something. I think we wanted to ask you some questions with John, and we are talking about figures and power and so on. So I think this is what I was saying, you know, talking to the brain. But I want to know more about the emotions that can generate that car, the passion, the pleasure. I mean, can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, actually, for us, important thing is like a car is body. You are the commander. So you are commanding to the car, like grab the road surface. Like this kind of connectability is a so important spirit or philosophy of Nissan DNA.
Okay, so, and this is the kind of pleasure that it gives you, to be in control, to be in command, and to be the chief, to be a boss.
Like a mobile suits.
Okay, very good.
So, Tamura-san, I mean, we all have our GT-R memories. I'd like to know your favorite GT-R memory.
Yeah, actually, I told you, you explained. Hakosuka in 1972, it's a racing field. When I was 10 years kids, it hit it. Now, it's like a God said, you have to be a Nissan. And I believe I had to be a Nissan and develop the GT-R. That's the destiny.
Oh, fantastic. You know, and I'm not saying this because I'm standing on the stage. I've always dreamt of having a Nissan GT-R, and I had one today parked about 2 hours ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I'm very, very excited. I mean, that's my favorite GT-R memory.
So once again, when you dream it, you can make it happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really excited to be, you know, standing here with you because, you know, people who love cars, people who are petrol heads would understand the meaning of having you here. So it's an honor to have you here, and you know, someone who really enjoys cars. You know, you've been a fantastic person and such a fantastic association with you. So I'm actually living my dream right now, standing with the father of the Nissan GT-R and the legend itself. So I'm really happy being here, guys. Really happy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's wonderful to have all three of you here. Thank you so much. You can please take your seats.
It's very painful to keep leaving this and going back.
You have your own now, so it's okay. Next, I would like to call on stage Mr. Arun Malhotra, Managing Director of Nissan Motor India Private.
He's the father of the exciting car that will soon prowl on the streets of India. The Nissan GT-R has been nicknamed, that's what GT-R is all about. Coming to the GT-R, this will now scorch the Indian roads. And GT-R being there on the Indian roads will never be the same again. Because this will redefine the very way the supercars or the super thrillers, the way they are seen in India. Now coming to the part which is the most awaited, what's the price? Actually, it's very difficult to put a price on GT-R because certain things, certain objects, certain unique things are priceless. But you still have to put a price to it. So, coming to the price of a GT-R, any guesses?
sir. Yeah,
Amazing. They've got a launch control function.
Yeah.
And you know, you can go to the start line, and when you launch off the line, it's like a racing car. You know, your head is in the headrest, and it completely kicks you off the line.
So what I've been told is you step on the brakes and you get the car to 4,000 RPM after you get the launch control up, and just leave the brakes and put the
And it
pedal
just
to the
takes
metal.
off.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
unbelievable.
I mean, you know, you're doing 0 to 100k just over 3 seconds.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. There you go,
And you're
100k.
off.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's extraordinary. Yeah.
John was telling me something really interesting
Yeah.
about this part here.
So that's the Takumi,
Yeah.
and he's hand-built this
Hand-built
car.
it, yeah.
So he's put his name here.
There's only 4 of them,
Oyama-san.
isn't it?
There are 5, yeah.
5 now, sorry.
Yeah, 5, yeah.
There's only 5 of them who hand build
These
every one of
cars.
these engines.
Yeah.
You know, it's very, very unique. You know, normally you've got them being churned out of the factory, haven't you? And this is what is, you know, it's another little detail of the GT-R. And I think for me, what is unique about the GT-R compared to other supercars? Well, there's 2 things. One, you can drive it every day. I drove it in Manhattan. You can't get worse traffic. It's worse than Bombay.
Are you serious?
There.
Wow.
And I cruised
New York
around.
traffic is really
And I cruised around for 2 days, and I thought, this is just. I feel safe. I feel comfy. I'm not worried about you know the car being too low. This, but the other thing is they have this really trick electronic diff, which you controls the amount of power between the front and the rear. So if you have the opportunity, we've got 2 or 3 great racetracks in India. You have a chance to do a track day.
Absolutely.
You know, that's where the car's really at home.
And you've got the opportunity to actually, you can get the options done in the car, right?
Yeah,
Not only
exactly.
you can move the weight
Well, you can
distribution.
completely customize it to
customize it, yeah.
to what you want. So,
Yeah.
you know, you can completely configure the electronics to do what you want and make it your own,
Yeah.
which is pretty unique.
It's
I'm
fantastic.
just imagining John waking up every morning and just like shining his car.
His poor wife.
No one's allowed to
Yeah.
touch it. She's gonna be like every morning.
But I love doing that. I love taking care of my car. In fact, there's a joke back home
Yeah.
where all my staff and my office people are saying, hey, this car's going to come to the garage and it's just going to be clean.
Yeah.
That's
Without even driving in the
Listen, I will warn you. You can't do that on his car. You
yeah,
can
no
do it on
finger-
this one.
no-
He no fingerprints.
No fingerprints.
John's very touchy about fingerprints in his car.
Wow.
So we can walk around. We
Let's
can,
walk
Yeah.
around and have a look.
I'll put this thing down and you guys can.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just, it's sporty, it's functional. As I say, you know, you can quite happily use it every day, and you're going to use it every day.
I think one of you should sit.
I'll try and use it every day. I'm a little possessive about this.
फिंगरप्रिंट से चालू होना गाड़ी.
Yeah. So that's, yeah. Yeah.
त्यातून यायला पाहिजे ना बसायला
Even
पाहिजे
the
ना.
screen, you have the options of seeing your lap times, seeing the pressures, your G-force on your braking, on turns. It's fantastic.
या मोबाईल वाला यार.
Yeah, so the man from I have a complete black Nissan GT-R. Black and white. I think that's great for a car like this.
हो अमोल सर या की अरे मी इथून मला फेम माझी फेम फिरप होते.
I think they've disconnected.
I have a feeling there's something
Yeah, but
It's probably a very smart move. John, do you have GTR story?
just the fact that I drove GT-R, the R35, I drove the Marina Sanchi.
I saw the video.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
लेट नाईट लेट नाईट
Yeah.
Which feature do you like the most? No.
Beyond everything.
Someone wants to see you sitting in the car.
Okay.
Do it. Go do it. And the cameras are out.
Okay. So yeah.
Someone's asked, do you think your wife would prefer a diamond ring or
GT-R. Any day.
you wait for the end of that question?
She's a crazy driver. So
Are you gonna let
yeah, she's
But he's
born in-
nervous about her being alone at home with the car.
Yeah, it's
Are you
quite.
gonna let her drive the car?
Yeah, totally. I think this, and just like Karun said, this is it's an everyday driving car.
It
You
is,
know,
yeah.
it's not like some of the other supercars. You can just drive this around every day.
You don't worry about speed bumps or
You
speed
don't worry
breakers
about
or
it.
anything, you know. And honestly, for a country like India, we have to be conscious of things like that.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic. I mean, aesthetically, which is really all I can talk about, it's beautiful to look at, isn't it?
Yeah, it's important. You know,
Yeah.
I think looks are so important with any car, but especially one where people are spending a reasonable amount of money on. You know, you don't want an ugly car. It might be the best performing thing in the world, but if it's ugly, then nobody wants it.
True.
So I think it's really important.
Do you have a GT-R moment?
I would say I got to scare some people while we were filming a video in New York, and I always love seeing people's faces
But I remember
when
that
you do the
video,
launch
the
control.
same video that we saw.
Yeah, when you do the launch control, and I think you see people's eyes go, "Wow, what just happened?" I think that's pretty cool.
But you know something, Karun, you can scare anyone.
I tried.
Yeah, you can scare
That's
anyone.
part of the fun.
You're a crazy
Are
driver.
we
You're
able
not.
to turn the car on? Does anyone know if we can turn? We can't turn it on. You know what that means? John's just gonna have to invite us over.
We're all, so
Yeah,
we're all going to
yeah,
John's
yeah.
house.
Everyone.
Can you do under 3 seconds?
Sorry.
Yeah, it does a 0 to 100 under 3
Yeah, we
seconds.
spoke about that already. But
That's
you were
fantastic.
saying that.
Yeah. Well, I think you can do 2.9 if you get the launch control absolutely spot on. But 3 seconds is kind of normal, which is, but it's not normal.
3 seconds is if he goes slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just say for the average man, I mean, this is a pretty incredible car to drive.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
a race car driver, how I mean,
Well, put it this way, right? If you compare it to a Formula One car, you do 0 to 100 in probably 2.5 seconds. So you're talking half a second slower from 0 to 100. Now this is, you're not talking, driving Miss Daisy's performance. This is proper performance.
you just compare driving Miss Daisy to the GT-R. If you had to pick someone who embodies everything the Nissan GT-R has, who would you pick?
Well, look at him. He's a geek and he loves it. And
Both of you, actually.
Yeah, I think both of us would go for a drive.
Yeah,
Definitely.
But this is where you're supposed to say me as well.
You, of course.
Yeah.
You know, the boot space is great in this car.
Are you saying she shops a lot? Is this what we're saying?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. Good save.
It's
good
true,
save,
actually.
Good save. I like it.
Oh yeah, just check out the boot space. Let's just see that. Oh, that's a nice Rossi t-shirt.
Look at that.
Yeah, I do. Yes,
You can
yes,
you can actually put things in the boot.
So Shibani, this is for
When
you.
you're going shopping,
Oh, how many pairs of shoes can I fit in here? Lots.
You know, you could fit in here
Like the
completely.
GT-R. I could. Should we try?
You should try.
Am I really getting in here? We don't
You
get
don't
in. Not with my shoes. All right.
You know, Karun, the strange thing is, and which is amazing, the one thing that I hear from car fanatics, when you tell them that you're getting a GT-R, a Nissan GT-R, they really respect you.
it's a driver's car. isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's,
You get this kind of scant respect, like, wow, I mean, you really understand cars. Not that I do, but they really kind of look at you and
I
say,
mean, there's a
you-
lot of supercars that people buy because they're
sure.
flashy and because of what
Yeah.
they look like and because they want people to stare at them.
Yeah.
But I think this is one that
Absolutely.
it feels for the guy who's
Very
driving it, or the girl who's driving it. You get a lot of pleasure from actually driving it. So I think that's kind of unique in its category.
Absolutely.
We know that you guys can stand here and talk about this car all
Yeah.
day, and I'm going to be stuck right in the middle of you listening to it. But congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm just going to go back from here and
We
go
are
and-
waiting for an invitation to mail.
I haven't ripped off the plastic from the seat, so
You have to do that.
I'll rip it off. I wouldn't allow anybody else to do that.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shivani.
Thank you to all of you. And
Bye,
all
guys.
who
Thank
sent in
you.
your questions.
Thank you.
Check her out. Isn't she beautiful? The Nissan GT-R. Bye, guys.
Bye. See you. Fantastic. Thank you. That's lovely. It's really lovely.
This is the team that has to be happy here. Dancing around us the whole time.
You met Karun?
Yeah.
So I'm here with my friend Karun. I'm so excited to see him. I just hear him all the time on the F1 commentary, and I'm here so happy to see him. He's here for a very limited time, and we're here to launch this big Nissan GT-R. Fantastic. Great.
Always nice to see
A
you.
friend and a fan. Fantastic. This guy's crazy.
Yeah, John.